What's happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to another great episode of Our Smooth Club Podcast, a show where everyday men discuss everyday topics. Of course, I'm your guy, Arrington Gavin, and always joining me, all my bros, we got Mr. Ciroc Fox and Mr. Cam Gottlieb.
Hey,
Gentlemen, how's everybody doing today?
Salutations.
it's good. It's a
Salutations.
good. It's a good
Awesome,
day.
awesome. It sure is, man. Great weather right now, great day. Had a great weekend with the wife. We had a Valentine's Day weekend really before Valentine's Day. We kind of just chilled on that day. But no, man, everything else is going good. We got a great show in store for today. We got an amazing guest coming on later on in the show, Miss Marquita Bianca. She's a fashion editor, entrepreneur, advocate, doing great things in the community. So excited to have her on the show. But guys, look, I want to share a funny a funny incident that occurred the Saturday before Valentine's Day. So I took Shier to a jazz concert. We I took her to see one of her favorite jazz vocalists. She was in town. Her name is Lindsay Webster, a
Y'all
beautiful
are the
soulful
only
voice.
people I know who have favorite jazz singers.
Not a lot of people say you like jazz.
Like,
You
aren't
like
you?
jazz?
You're like 23, aren't you? Like, why?
Okay. I'll take it. 27, but I'll take it. We young. All right, we young.
ahead,
But we
go
like,
ahead.
I
we
keep
like
saying
jazz.
he's the oldest young dude I ever met,
That's
yo.
really what he
Like,
want to say. He
bro.
just say it like that. But that's
For
okay.
real.
That's okay. That is. I'm usually the youngest one in the group of my friends that I hang with. Like, why everybody else is like damn near retired? I'm just hey, I'm here. I'm right here. So,
Oh man.
so no, hey, trying to have a nice, sexy night. So took her over to at the Addicts Theater over in Norfolk, Historic Theater. Man, does great shows, and before we got there early, we were just sitting there chilling, and we had some really great seats, probably like 5 rows behind the first row. And I was looking at a gentleman. I'm like, babe, that guy he look familiar, don't he? She's like, yeah, he does. Just his face looked very familiar. And I'm like, where did we see him from? Where do we see him from? So a long time ago, we checked out Cabana's drag show that was
Cabana
happening
Black.
yep, Cabana Black. He had his drag show in Virginia Beach. We talked about it on the show here before, and going to support and stuff. And it was our first ever drag show experience, and hey, it was fun. We had a blast, things like that. And I was like, babe, I think that's one of the performers, but he was dressed outside of drag. He was dressed as in his regular clothes, whatever, no makeup, no heels, all that stuff. And I'm like, babe, dude look familiar. And so she already knew. I'm like, I'm not gonna go up and ask, hey, dude, ain't you such a, aren't you,
Yeah, that'd be,
so
that'd be crazy.
Don't
it'll be
you
a
wear
lot.
dresses? Aren't you
Aren't you
hip?
usually in stilettos or anything? No. All right. Don't you go by like Cynthia or something? No. All right. But she said, no, I got you. I'm going over there. And she asked, she's like, hey, sir, are you happen to be a performer? She's like, no. So she came back with taking the walk of shame. 20 seconds, later, like right after she sat down, he comes back. Now, when you say performer, he said, now when you say performer,
I'm
do you
clipping
mean?
that. I'm clipping that little thing you just did, and that's gonna be a drop on our podcast going forward. I am clipping that.
Man, when
You did that all too well.
when he said that, he was like, I didn't want to say too much because my pastor right there, and and I gotta work the choir the next morning too, so I didn't want to, But he said, no, I do, drag and this and that, and I was just on the floor because
He
he's
went
like,
from zero to drag real quick.
Super fast.
yes, I mean, just
Shout out real quick. Shout out Cabana Black because she was on the show
okay.
before.
That's right.
She was
That's
on the
right,
show
man.
before.
One of our best episodes. I think great conversation. Had a great time. Cabana's an awesome dude, and like I said, entertainer, very talented, and yeah, the gentleman was like, yeah, I do that. And I'm like, so were you in our? Because I said our friend Cabana had a show. Like, yeah, that was me. And I'm like, wow. And it's interesting in my mind because I'm like, you see them in one character, and now you see them in this life, and then you see them transition to what they are on a regular basis. So it was crazy in my head, but it was hilarious because he's like, yeah, my pastor was right there, so I didn't want to I didn't want to say all that, and it was just. I was balling that whole night. He's like, oh yeah, and I gotta do the choir tomorrow. I'm choir director there, and this and that and the other, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So
See, I don't code switch. To me, that's just another version of code switching. I don't code switch. I'm the same in the church as I am on this show. I is
That's
who I
crazy.
is. I ain't
That's
switching.
crazy.
I ain't switching.
The funny thing is, he's the gentleman was probably embarrassed. They didn't want his pastor to find out. I'm like, I bet your pastor attend a few. I bet he probably knows who you are too. It's like but like you said, code switching. But it was interesting and it was funny too. It was funny at the same time because we really thought, I'm like, hey, that dude looks so familiar. But
This man.
besides that though, we had a good time. We had a good show. Yeah, that is very unprofessional, Ciroc. Can you
That wasn't
silence the
me.
cell phones, please? That wasn't. Oh, okay.
No, it was definitely
that
Ciroc.
wasn't me.
Okay.
Whoa, that was
It was definitely Ciroc.
Shots.
I'm gonna mute
crazy.
mine now just in case, but Ciroc, you gotta chill, homie.
All right, man. What we talking about today?
What we talking about today? Look, well, first let's bring up. Did y'all check out the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I did see the Super Bowl.
All right. So what was y'all? Give us your thoughts, opinions, the pros and cons.
She's pregnant, damn it. She's pregnant.
Oh.
Again. So that was my biggest takeaway.
All right. So that was your biggest takeaway.
I
was confused for a moment too. I was like, damn,
fat.
how long was it since the last one? Did her body just not snap all the way back? And I was like, nah, it's been too long. And I
didn't want to accept it because I didn't want to accept it because I love Rihanna a lot, and the first thing she had said, "Ooh, she's pregnant." I'm like, please, she's not. It's the dress.
Keep that negativity to yourself. Yeah,
it's the outfit. It's the outfit. I'm like, I want to hear it, and she's like,
the whole performance. And then, the whole performance, even towards the end, like I was just thinking, like, hey, everybody's body is different. This is kid number 2. I mean, yeah. This is her first kid, right?
Well, the one she had was her
first one. The one she just had was her first one. So we don't know how Rihanna's body would react after a baby.
That's what
so
I was thinking.
I'm just thinking the whole time. That was me.
I was
too.
thinking positively.
Right.
Positively.
Right. And I'm like, pregnancy is beautiful. Motherhood is amazing. It can't be what.
But Ciroc, after I saw that she didn't really leave that platform, I was like, yeah, nah, that's what it is.
When she hit this, she hit a dance right here where all the other dancers was this.
They were going so hard.
Her dance was like, here. Everybody else was sideways. They was hitting it. She said.
Yeah.
Hey, she was not trying to break a sweat at all.
Yeah,
she was not. She was like, I'm gonna stick with right here. This is my place right here. I'm not leaving out this frame right here. I'm staying right here. And so I'm like, she is not in her, to be after 7 years. I'm like, she is dancing a little. And honestly, I'm just thinking, okay, it's been 7 years, a little rusty. Not trying to do too much and stuff, but
I enjoyed it though. I will say I enjoyed the. Yeah.
She's been known. She's known more about her movement and her stage presence than she is for her singing. So when she wasn't moving and being that stage present, I was like, oh yeah, there's a reason for that. So
yeah.
And I think the production was definitely dope because they had her. First of all, the chick was like damn near to the top of the stadium, like all the way up in the stadium. I was like, ooh, and for a second I thought I saw teetering. I'm like, ooh, nope.
Yeah, it wasn't. It definitely moves. So she's like,
it definitely moves. Hell yeah!
Right.
They would have had to get a hologram of me. Ain't no way I was
high heels.
Yeah, no.
She was up there on high heels, pregnant, above the Super Bowl, bro, and performing like it was nothing.
Let that be Cam. They said, "Sir, we already paid you. I don't care. I'm not getting up there. No, you gotta.
We didn't. No. My platform stays on the ground. Damn it.
You don't even get paid for the Super Bowl. You don't even get a check.
Oh,
I think I did hear that. Yeah, it's just your biggest advertisement / commercial.
They pay for your production costs. Damn.
But your streams are gonna times 100 or 1,000 after you appear. So it's a good little money boost,
But I also guarantee though, if she was like, "Yo, I need some new draws," somebody go get that. They would be going to do that. If I need a sandwich, I'm hungry. They'll be. I'm pretty sure.
For sure.
She may not got paid, but I guarantee you she didn't have to pay for anything.
Oh, for sure. She was taken care of for that whole weekend.
Right.
Her and her people.
No,
the game was good.
yeah, we spoke about.
We're forgetting about the game because that's.
I mean, we talked about what mattered.
Just start off saying she's pregnant. Damn it!
Yeah,
Like,
there was a football game that was played.
Was a football game.
After her concert.
And it wasn't just a game. It was a battle of the gladiators. Like it was an actual great game, back and forth.
It was good.
You know, they everybody kept on talking about the first time you ever saw two starting quarterbacks of color, men of color, competing on the Super Bowl. Of course, they brought in brothers playing against each other and yada yada yada. So it was it was a great game. I mean, Philly left it on the field. They made a couple mistakes that cost them the game. Of course, you had a bad call towards the end. But really,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
It's not a bad call. It's not a bad call, especially when the player who did it said he did it.
Said I held him. Yeah, not a bad call.
Still bad call. He's trying to be a good man. He's trying.
You can debate. You can debate if you call the call in that circumstance, which I say you still call it because you call the game what it is. We're not doing the bad call thing. No, sir. No, sir.
No.
He held him. He held him twice too. He grabbed him twice.
Bad call.
This.
How's it a bad call when the player said he did it? How?
Obviously,
the player was like, he said, "Look, they was letting us get away with it." He's like, they was letting us get away with these all night. I figured he wasn't going to do it.
Him saying it was a bad call was preventing him to do something stupid. He cost himself it mentally. He's like, I cost my team the game, so it's like maybe it'll be better, mentally for me to just say, hey, look, it was a bad call. Because let's be real, you're in the sport of football or any sport, right? You never ever admit to saying, oh yeah, that was on me. I mean, sometimes in basketball, you see them raise their hand like, yeah, that one was on me, that one's on me.
I do. Man, I did when I played sports and I messed up.
Shit.
Dude, I took full blame. Every single time.
Look, when I was playing sports, I'm taking mine to the grave. It could be the roughest of the past, or taking it to the grave. But it was a great game, man. And
hold up, wait a minute. This man is doing ASMR with the. If you go open a bag, turn down the sensitivity of the mic.
I didn't think y'all can hear it.
We heard every rip.
That's what I want to.
I mean, and we're gonna get paid. Let's get paid.
This man bringing out all his favorite snacks, being like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be dope right here. Let me get all my favorite snacks and start."
He tried to sneak that in too. You heard how he tried to do it like smooth. No, it was
not smooth at all. It was not. I
could not hear you talk anymore.
I literally pushed a little bit.
My
game
like, was higher than I thought it was. My fault, people. My fault.
It was definitely hurting my ears. My ears were bleeding a little bit, but because of this game, I think it definitely puts Mahomes at close to top 3 best. I mean, if he definitely keeps it consistent because he has 3 NFL MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and then 2 Super Bowls, all at the age of 27. He's just 27.
Who were you trying to sneak in the top 10 before?
I was sneaking in. I wasn't trying to because he is in the top 10. I was sneaking in Russell Wilson. I was sneaking in Russell Wilson. 9-time Pro Bowler. He's only been playing in the league for maybe 12, 11 years.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Pro Bowl is
that's a decade.
Pro Bowl
that's a decade.
Pro Bowl is an individual accomplishment. So that tells you right there the man got skills. But
when there is a name for the amount of years you've been in something, then that means it's a long time. Decade is 10 years. That's a long time. He should be a little bit further if he was that dope. He ain't, so he ain't.
He's really not, though. He's really not.
He's not.
Because we have an amazing show ahead, guys, I'm not gonna continue this conversation.
He would have taken us off the air. You see how
my tone got low. You see how my tone is getting lower.
Yo, at the end of the show, he gonna take off our square so fast.
I'm debating if I just want to do this solo right now. I'm debating to just bring on a guest and just you know what, we changed.
We'll revisit this conversation at the start of next
You
season.
know, I'm gonna let Cam
bring
enjoy
it
his
up
snack.
until then.
I'm gonna let Ciroc enjoy his milk, his protein shake and weed. Okay.
Oh, good.
Damn, snitching? What the fuck?
That's right. That's right. I'm tired today. I've had it.
Holy shit, son!
I've had it.
That was wild. You a wild boy.
He blew my spot up.
You a wild boy.
He blew my spot up.
Wow.
Yo, I kind of like it.
That is crazy.
I like it, man.
Weed. Oh, okay. All right.
Smoking them trees. No, I mean, but anyway, guys. Also, there's a lot of it's not really controversy, but of course you know it always going to cause issue. So they had sung the "Lift Every Voice" and as well as "America the Beautiful" and then the national anthem. And this is the second time in the Super Bowl that they've performed "Lift Every Voice," which has been titled really the Negro national anthem, right? And that's what I'm looking on the NAACP site how they have it labeled. And they had Sheryl Lee Ralph. She sung the "Lift Every Voice and Sing." Emmy-winning actress. You know her as the mother on Moesha, Abbott Elementary. She's
bro,
one of the original Dream Girls.
You went through all this before the Super Bowl, bro. You don't got to recap.
Well, anyway, anyway.
You made all these announcements before. All right, we saw it. Let's move on.
How did old girl get that job? By the way, how did she get that job? How did she get that job for singing that song for the Super Bowl?
I have.
Who showed me?
Has she been known to be a singer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's more like one of those like Broadway actresses. So I wouldn't say she has like albums, but I mean she was one of like the original Dream Girls. So she's sung in like musical movies and things like that, and or musical stage plays. So yeah.
You've heard of Sheryl Lee Ralph before, right?
Actress wise.
Yeah. Well, but she
not
does a lot of,
not nothing musically.
She didn't
that came completely left from me.
I don't think she had any like albums per se. I'm sure she did. But like Arrington said, her thing was more so Broadway.
All right.
I'm
try to find something.
But I didn't see the performance. Was it not good or something? Like, why?
I didn't watch it. I
watched
I
it.
didn't watch it. I didn't see it.
I mean, it was good. She did it in her form. Like she's always been very like I said, theater. She had the choir. It was great. The performance was great. It's just, of course, you got your critics saying, "Hey, look, there's only one anthem. Why they're going overboard by performing this as well?" So,
first of all, nobody actually calling it, and it's just a nickname like people joke around. Nobody's actually saying that's the Black Negro national anthem for when we rise up and burn America down. No, that's a completely different song. They so stupid. That's just
it's Snuck If You Buck, right?
It's definitely not.
That's what we're gonna play.
Wow.
No, that's not it.
Oh, this is definitely going not the direction I thought it was gonna go, guys.
Yeah.
That is like hilarious.
That. We gotta when he do something like that, we gotta like do the hold up. Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh, that's even worse. I think that's even worse.
So next time Cam comes with something heavy like that, we gotta. It's a Cam shot.
So I just wanted to say, guys, it has been like used during rallies during like the civil rights movement. Like this song when they're marching and stuff, they sing that song. It's been a movement since like the 1900s. So,
I don't deny the history. I don't deny the history of the song. I don't deny, the importance of it to some people. But as far as it being a real Black national anthem, no. Is there Black people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s right now who have never heard that song? You know what I mean? It's to some people it's important, to some people it ain't. And for white folks to get all bent up in their panties about it is a little crazy because we.
I think that's why they're trying to continue to to at least embrace it during the, one of the biggest stages on television, so that young people can start learning, okay, what is this? Because I mean, you've heard like many people. I mean, I remember hearing DL Hughley saying, I know the beginning of the words, but as far as the full song, nobody really knows the full song, but the history about it, how important it is to the culture and singing it. So they want to continue to at least, make that known within the NFL. But like I said, you got your critics and blase. So
Cam, it's snuck if you buck.
Oh my god! Oh my
it's
god!
Snuck if you buck.
That's when the revolution starts. It's snuck if you buck.
That is okay. I think we have enough with the gunshot.
That's hilarious.
He started talking about the revolution.
More shots, more fire. Fire upon the head top.
Oh my gosh! Well, look, y'all. We have a guest gonna be on after this commercial break, but guys, I want to ask you the question.
She didn't witness none of this.
I hope she did. I bet she did. She definitely did. And I
that's
hope she did.
So embarrassing. We were supposed to be acting.
Good for y'all asses. Good for you.
I'm
good for
so embarrassed.
Good for you.
Oh my god.
Good for you.
Cam, why you gotta be acting like this on the show? Go to commercial.
No.
Go to commercial.
Oh no! Keep this moving. I like this, guys. This is great. I like it. But I wanna ask you guys the question. How do you know you have style? Now think on that question. How do you know you have style, or if you have style? Hold that question. We're gonna go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna bring on our amazing guest. This Art Smooth Club podcast, a show where everyday men discuss everyday topics.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
All right, y'all. We are back. What is this? Cam still in the back. What is Cam? Oh, there you go.
Smooth.
Thought you was playing a longer commercial.
Wasn't that sexy? I wasn't.
It was dope. One time, let's give Aaron his flowers real quick for his commercial. Look, I need to delete this app.
Did you hire a model for that?
No.
Did you hire a model
to clap?
Did we hire models
for the commercial? Yeah.
You said to clap. No, I think for the commercial.
Yeah.
we had some models. Yes, we did have some models in for that commercial. So
what did that process
trying to step up our game? You said what?
What did that process look like?
You gotta have a beard. That's about it. You gotta have different types of facial hair.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cameron, would you like to audition for the next one? I
feel
I've admired Cam. The beard is looking fresh.
I was just curious.
How do I get my chocolate?
I didn't tell the dude to hey, can I see a side view of your beard? No.
Because I could just see Arrington on the street like, hey, sir, by the way, and then just run game.
Can I touch your beard? Oh,
that's
be one of my video hoes.
Oh man.
Well, look, y'all. Look, about our guest that we're about to bring up, Marquita Bianca. She's a fashion editor. Damn, I'm trying to make an intro. Woo!
I'm muted. What you talking about?
Huh? Ciroc, did you hear that crumb? Did you hear that crumb in the background, Ciroc?
Yeah, man. He need to be.
I was all the way muted.
He need to be fined.
My bad. I was muted for me. I didn't hear it, but you're right.
Let's introduce our guest.
Well, look again. Our guest. He's a fashion editor, director of Baila Fuzion and Studio F Showroom. She's also a professional dancer, entrepreneur. Oh, now he's muted. professional
It was
dancer,
going through the wrong
advocate,
thing.
doing amazing things for the community. Without further ado, let's bring on Miss Marquita Bianca. Marquita, there we go.
Yeah.
What's going on, Marquita? How you doing?
I love the background. I'm sorry. I
hear
love
us?
it.
Wait.
Just for you guys, it's my Shoji screen that's in my office. This is an everyday thing, so it's kind of it gives a vibe. And in case you were wondering, awesome. I heard everything.
It was all Ciroc. Every last bit of it was Ciroc.
Real quick,
I heard
real quick. First of all,
I heard things that I can't even repeat.
I would like to formally apologize. Normally on my best behavior, I wouldn't, but today I'm feeling frisky. It was just, it was, a lot of good things led up to this moment, and I folded under the pressure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize for being you.
Facts.
Thank you. Ayrton,
but
push the show forward, good sir.
I've already,
you sitting there drinking?
No. I was.
So you asked about style.
I've already made it.
Clearly, that was a cue up for our guests.
But
yeah.
So if there was a question there, it got. Yes, I was going to say repeat it.
So we brought up the question: how do you know you have style? So we would love to ask the expert, being that you are a fashion editor, you attend the New York Fashion Weeks, you go all around the world to different fashion shows. That's the question, like, how do you know you have?
Oh man.
So this is a really interesting question because we're in 2023 and style is really about perspective of self and what makes you feel good, because one person's style, depending upon where they may work, live, may be completely different from another person who is in a completely different industry across the world. We're talking about the difference of what you're going to wear in Miami, what you might wear in Canada, two different climates, two different perspectives, and they just live differently. So I think that the main thing that you should start off as a basis for your style would be your self-awareness and your confidence. Because no matter what you wear, if you don't think you look good or feel good, it's never going to work. Now, on the contrary to that, if someone walks out of the house and you may look at them and you're like, wow, they look crazy. But if they look and feel good and feel their best and they are their most authentic self in that moment, then their perspective is that they're going to have the best style. So if we were to break down a certain industry, then, we kind of tailor, like, what are the rules that you should have for this specific job? But overall, you can kind of just really make up your own rules. The key is you need to make up those rules, be 10 toes down to your own rules, and celebrate those, and then again, just be your authentic self to kind of develop that style.
Oh, let's see how long it takes. Can you hear?
Bet.
Okay.
Any yeah, I can. Any follow-ups on that, on what you just said, fellas?
I feel like there needs to be, I don't know, maybe a universal boundary on this no rules thing, or creating rules for yourself or whatever, because some folks being stuffed into other things isn't always the best for anybody. Or I'm trying to be nice about it, but it's just, there's definitely things that you see at Walmart that shouldn't be seen. That's what I'm trying to get to. How do you, you know what I mean? Like, how do you approach that? How do you tell that person who thinks like, yeah, this is me, this is my style, this is my authentic self, but in reality, it's hurting everyone around them, is physically harming them in some way because they probably chafing. It's just, you know what I mean? How do you govern that?
I think that goes back to the being self-aware. If you are self-aware and you're a person who has, whatever moral ground that you do, that's where those rules originally generate from. and then you build self outside of that. So we mentioned, somebody going to Walmart. Well, someone going to Walmart at that moment may not even be operating in their authentic self. They're like, you know what? I ran out of detergent. I have to run and get detergent. I really don't care how I look right now. So I may not give the world my best self. So we have to maybe govern the way that we're thinking and how we're judging or interpreting what people are wearing depending upon where that place is. So if someone is showing up to a job interview with the same thing that they had on when you saw them at Walmart, well, now we have a conversation because the situational awareness is a thing as well, right? We need to make sure that the situation that we're operating in requires us to show up in a certain way. Now, I will tell you this. You're not going to see me in Walmart not cute. But that's my standard, and that's just how I like to show up to the world. And my definition of cute may be, different than other people's, but I want to always look clean. I want to look polished. It matters to me to present myself the best that I can to the world. And if I'm not really feeling my best self, I'm just probably not going to go out. So everyone, how they get to that standard of self and that standard of style is just a little bit different.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Marquita, do you think to like depending on or city you're in definitely depicts the style that you're gonna sport? Because I can always say if I'm hanging in New York or visiting family in New York, I don't care. Like I can try out anything without feeling judged of what I'm wearing. Rather, if I'm in like Hampton Roads or Virginia, be like, what the hell are you wearing, dude? Like, where you get? Because it's really weird. And same if I'm in a small town, like, what is this? This is you're not from here, aren't you? So
New
would
York
you
City,
say like
you got to
the
qualify
area that you're in? Or,
I just said New York
New
City.
York City, New York City,
Yes.
New York City, New York City. Let me correct myself. New York City, yes. New York, even like a San Francisco. So.
Yeah, typically when people think about New York City, they think about the city of less color, meaning we're in a lot of black, we're in a lot of gray, and it ultimately, you're not going to see us maybe walking down the streets with like our floral dresses on again, like if we were in Miami. I really again think it just depends on the person because I show up in every city as Marquita Bianca. So that means you're going to get red hair, you're going to get freckles, you're going to get, big curly hair. I'm just going to show up in my authentic self no matter where I am. However, we also, again, bring it back to the situational awareness. So if I'm going to, step in a certain building in DC, you're going to need to dress for the part of wherever you're going. It doesn't mean that you can't add in personal elements of what your style is, but we also just want to make sure that there is the situational awareness to respect wherever we're going that has already governed the rules of that. Now, New York is one of my favorite cities. I work there 3 to 4 times a year. I spend long amounts of time in New York City. So it becomes a fun thing of being able to kind of merge how you see your best self into energy that's already created, because everything is energy, right? When you step into New York, there's no doubt you're not going to be able to take over the energy in New York. You kind of melt into it and you have to find out whatever that feels like for you. If you don't stand on something, you will fall for everything in New York because it's encompassing. So at that point in time, if you are a person who loves color, well, maybe that's a black jacket with a yellow shirt and this shoe. And, and so a lot of people have kind of figured out how to be able to kind of mix that. But that's a fun part. That's where style comes in. That's where fashion comes in. It's meant for you to play with it. It's meant for you to have different hair colors. It's meant for you to try out, different, pants and tailoring and all of those things to really figure out how it represents you best.
Awesome.
I struggle with blending. I don't even, the concept of blending in, it irks me like a little bit. Like I think I prefer like I try to do the most opposite thing. It's either it fails gloriously or it becomes a huge success and I might get a little jocked. But yeah, I can't do the whatever is the current thing. I have to try to do something completely opposite.
Yeah, Yeah, you never want to blend.
I'm with
You
you
were
on that
never
one,
born.
Ciroc, because yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I've always said, when I go buying clothes, I'm like, I want to buy something that I know I will not win. I don't want to. I got the exact same thing. No, I want to wear something that is, you know, definitely out of the ordinary. Take risk. I know it bugs my wife because she's like, "What are you wearing?" Like what I'm wearing right now. The fellas see me wear. It's like it looks like I don't know for this outfit. And I found the
That's the
slides to
outfit that
match
you
with it,
wear
fellas.
that
I
you
don't know if
show
y'all.
all that thigh. Yeah, you show a lot of thigh in that outfit. You do.
You're absolutely
You
right.
do.
Don't stand up. Don't stand up. Um, Marquita, did you happen to see the Super Bowl or at least the halftime show?
I traveling back, yes, covering Fashion Week and everything. I made it right in time for a kickoff, and I watched everything and ate a bunch of wings.
Nice. So as a dancer and fashion person, what were your thoughts of the halftime show?
So this is a really, really good topic to talk about because there is a very large merging of fashion and music when it came to the halftime show. And I will
Mm-hmm.
tell you, Rihanna was brilliant for how she
Mm-hmm.
conducted the halftime show. And we'll talk about for a bunch of different reasons because this has been the topic of the news all week long. It was
Yep.
boring. She was pregnant. We're excited for her. It could have been better. Just all of these
Mm-hmm.
different things. But when you're coming from a business standpoint, Rihanna did everything that she needed to do. Her team understood every assignment that needed to be done when you have a platform of 28.5 million people watching you.
Yes.
She has a
Yes.
brand. If you are not getting paid for something like the Super Bowl, we always talk about as an artist, how do you capitalize on
Mm-hmm.
opportunities? So
Mm-hmm.
her team sat down and said, how do we turn this 12, 13 minutes into $5.5 million in revenue that's going to come in over the next week? We're going to
Yeah.
set up to send out email. That means that our followers and people need to see them wearing your brand, need to smell like your brand. They need to smell it through the television. She brought in one of the best choreographers to conduct and choreograph her piece. So from start to finish, they were very thoughtful about everything that they did. Do I absolutely love the outfits? No, but I don't have to wear it.
True.
I don't I don't have to indulge in necessarily that part of Savage Fenty in the coming week.
Yeah.
But I can
Yeah.
absolutely pick up a scent, which I actually have it in my cabinet. One of Rihanna's, scents that she's came out with. I also have a lipstick. So there's different ways for me as a fan to buy into something like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
am very, very happy for her and how her team set her up for success for that. There was no better way to do it. And after that, we still have people talking about it who maybe not purchase the brand, but you're talking about it. So that's the
Yep.
other part of pop culture. We want our name in your mouth, and she did all of it.
Absolutely.
Quick product review, if y'all don't mind. That Fenty facial kit, goes hard. Like, name aside, if Rihanna's name wasn't attached to it and it was just some L'Oreal BS, I would still cop it. I'm just saying.
That
My
good, huh?
This camera is bad. I don't have my cameras here, so this is using the laptop. It's not giving me my blessings. I'm telling you, this skin is baby soft. Oof. Rihanna know what she doing.
There's nothing like a good team, and you have to make sure that a product is represented well. I think music is a huge and very, very important platform. There's nothing that we can't do with music. It's
Absolutely.
communication, and that has come full circle from many, many years. You're not going to find a commercial, let's just say a 10-minute span of commercials, we're going to have about 80% music, dancing, and or some sort of creative activity in them. They are no longer just regular PSAs. And then beyond that, when you can have a product that actually works well and makes you feel your best self and makes you skin baby skin, I mean, she's won.
That's true.
Respect to it.
That's true.
No, Most definitely. So Marquita, you're attending these fashion shows, these world renowned fashion shows. What as a editor, goes in your mind? What do you expect to see when you attend these events? What do just what's some of the top tier categories that you put? Like, okay, if I see this, I'll be mind blown. If I see these three things, okay, they succeeded on. What are some of the things you look forward to when you attend some of these fashion shows?
I'm looking for a bunch of things. Hand over hand, I'm looking for representation. I'm looking, do you have, because I need to see not only for my readers at marquitabianca.com, I want to see, do I see my readers in your clothing? Do I see myself in your clothing? Do I see that your clothing accommodates both women and men and everyone in between of all sizes, all colors, all backgrounds, and all styles. So while one designer may have a specific style that they stick to, that's fine. But over the course of one fashion week, I'm seeing sometimes 75 designers. So an overarching view is going to first be looking for representation. Who are you selling to? The second thing is I'm looking for, now we are going into focusing on sustainability. So how is your brand going to operate in the next 5 to 10 years? Are you still going to be here? Are you changing with the times to operate with new customers? We have people who care for the planet now. We should all be caring for the planet now. It was 70 degrees here in Virginia Beach yesterday. That's not supposed to be happening. So what is your brand doing to make sure that it's operating for longevity? Am I covering you because you're a one-hit wonder, or am I covering you because you're going to be the next Ralph Lauren or a Chanel house or a Louis Vuitton? Like, how does that look? The third thing that I'm looking for is I want to see exactly what your style is and why you have that style. What is the story behind the brand? In that, in addition to that, with the story behind the brand, I also want to see, is your tailoring impeccable? Where are you being manufactured? Are you doing that here in the US? Are you adding dollars into our economy? Or are you shipping over from some other places where people are working in a sweatshop? These things matter, because if we're going to be talking and pushing these brands, the larger that you get, if you are based in morals, then that's going to spread to more good. If you're based in not so good morals, all that makes you do is have pressure to produce more, which makes those not so good morals multiply. So we want to make sure, like, those are the things that I'm focusing on to kind of pull out what's that new crop, whether it's a new designer or someone who has sustained, because I think we know that there's some designers that have been here and they've been here for 50 years and 40 years, and we love that. But how are you operating into now?
I like that. Not that whole grandfather
Awesome. I love it.
rule thing is always been lame to me. That they get a pass because they've been here for a while. It's always been whack.
Yeah, and there's a bunch. So we have some companies. We have some companies that have been here for a really long time. So let's break that down a little bit. Well, you've been here for a very long time. You love the traditional way in which that you do things, right? However, now we're in 2023. How are you helping our new world? I don't have a problem with you being traditional. What are you doing now? Both things can be true. You can still have your traditions, but you can still be operating with, how do I fit into the world now? Because your customer from 50 years ago is not 21 anymore. If you plan on trying to continue to survive, you have to make sure that you are continuing to readdress the new generations, the new customers that we have. And this new generation of people, we have concerns. We have environmental concerns. We have style concerns, the same things. I mean, we always talk about the funness of, oh, this style is coming back, or someone from a new generation might be like, oh, we have these new bell bottoms. And you're like, honey, y'all didn't create that. You didn't create that. There's nothing new under the sun. So again, education, readdressing, making sure that we're staying relevant. And what are you doing to help out now in whatever, direction that means? Because there's a lot of different ways to help.
Awesome.
Awesome. So would you say, were there any like popular, like, very, very popular clothing brands that people adore and love that you might say, honestly, I really don't care from? Have there been any brands that you have come
You
across
about
where
to
you
ask her to
you have a
blacklist
difference of
somebody right
opinion
now
than
on
the?
air?
Why not? Why
Actually,
not? I mean, come on.
I love this. I love this question. I love this question. So, in every fashion show, it never fails that you are going to love maybe 52%, and then the other 48 might be suspect. But again, it all
Mm-hmm.
depends on your personal perspective of it, because the person sitting beside me, I might go, and they're like, oh, I love that. And we're sitting, we're breathing the same air, like, well, what's different between us? We're just two different humans. So that's one of the things that makes a really great designer, because you don't want to just design for me. You want to design so that way your brand can be
Mm-hmm.
loved and have an ecosystem of lovers. And when you have an ecosystem of lovers, that is what's going to allow you to make the
Mm-hmm.
money that you need to make the impact that you need to make. So I don't ever go in expecting that I'm going to love every piece. I also think I tend to love things that maybe I wouldn't even wear. Like, might say, oh, that's not for me, but the construction of that piece is brilliant. You have to go into it thinking as an artist, because designers are artists. You're dealing with an artistic mind. And there's some things that you might not understand, but it may not be for me to understand. My job is to report on what you are doing to push forward your creative effort into the world, so that way they know, one, how they can support you, but also how your word gets out, so they don't interpret it to be the wrong thing. That we go wrong in the press sometimes, right? Sometimes stories they get out the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to make sure that the truth of what you are creating is put out in the correct way, so that people can at least even try to understand it.
Okay. So like
Awesome.
I'm clearly a fashion world. No, not clearly, but I am a fashion world novice. Like I know nothing about the world, but I know sometimes I'll see like clips and pictures, and you'll just see these off the wall outfits that no one is ever going to actually wear, right? So can you explain that part of it? Is that just like the art of it? Like are these designers just showing what their imagination brings and putting that on display? Because clearly that is not going to, these things are not going to be on shelves and stuff like that, right? Like, but yeah.
Yeah, so you guys, these are really, really good questions. So you might be a novice, but these are, I think, some of the things that I don't usually get to talk about in interviews. And I think we right now are in a world where, if you look on TikTok and the reels, you have people making those videos where they're like walking through with like the broom in their house, in the shoulders and all that.
Right.
Let me tell you, I'm the first person to watch them. I like them. I LOL them. I love it. I think that we can't be so serious in this industry. We're very serious about what we do, and we want to get out again, the news, and let it be as accurate as possible. But one of the things that I think that people forget about is that when something is seen on the runway, there are a bunch of different avenues to where it's going to get to its correct customer, right? So let's take someone who may be a fan of the Blondes. I might throw out a bunch of different names that you may not know, but your viewers can maybe go and kind of Google them and cross-reference and all that good stuff.
All about education.
So the Blondes, right? So the Blondes are a fantastic company of a brother duo, and they focus on performance wear. They are not going to be the designers, not saying that they don't have anything ready to wear, but it may not be what the people are going to wear just for a regular shopping experience. However, they are dressing Beyonce, they're dressing Rihanna, they're dressing Mariah. So when someone needs something for stage, you're going to think of the Blondes. It's going to be diamond and Swarovski encrusted. It's going to be a $50,000 piece. Now, we also have things that will go straight from the runway to movie sets, right? Now we can think about for movies, you need depending upon what the movie is, you need costuming for everything, but it doesn't look like what Beyonce would wear for a concert. So if we turn our thinking to, as art, the art gets placed in different museums. That museum may be your body for a musical concert. That museum may be your closet where you have all of your staples that you choose every day. That museum may be a movie where people are using it to style characters. If we think about it in that way, then you're going to be able to open up your mind that, okay, so this crazy thing that I just saw, maybe isn't for a person walking down the street, but maybe it's going to go, somewhere that's super needed for a one-off piece. And that's really why that one piece exists, is to do that one-off job, and then it gets retired. The second thing that people kind of forget is that a lot of times, fashion is placed in archives. So when you watch award shows and they're doing interviews with these, different celebrities that are wearing things, and they may say, oh, I'm wearing, an archived piece from Louis Vuitton. Well, that means that piece is going to be, or has been pulled from a previous collection from years ago. It might be something from 1983, and they pulled it out so that way that person could wear it for a specific thing. So fashion is a huge ecosystem that is always working for a bunch of different purposes. I think sometimes we just see it and take it for face value and like, well, how am I going to wear that to Target? I'm wearing that to Target so I can buy a regular t-shirt. And that's just kind of not how, it works in the grand scheme of things. But there are also underlying things that designers may design for. So you'll have couture designers, and those are going to be the ones that you're going to see on the red carpets. They're the Met Gala dresses. They're those black tie things that you're going to be able to wear, and they're grandiose. Then you have your ready to wear designers, and those are the designers that when you wake up, those are the things that you're going to be able to wear on a daily basis. Keyword, ready to wear. So it really just depends on where that designer is placing themselves for who they're going to service.
I love that answer. Thank you. Now it makes sense now. It absolutely makes sense. That's an awesome answer. Yeah.
No, that was a great question, Cam, because I'm thinking in my head too, like when you see models or anybody on run wearing so many attached. I'm sorry, is this the actual outfit? Like, how do they get in the car? How do they with this outfit? Like, what's going? And we've seen, you see it in athletes, right? You see Russell Westbrook wears some crazy gear, which I don't know if he has his own line of fashion, but I think that's stuff from his own line. But him, James Harden, I know some one of the receivers was dressed in the kilt, right? So you see a lot of guys, sporting the skirts now.
Yo,
so they're like, what are they wearing? What are they?
I would rock a kilt and black boots and murder that shit. I'm telling you, I'd kill it. After a retwist, too, man, stop it. Stop it.
But you know what though, Ciroc is absolutely right. Ciroc, I would say this as your friend, you will kill it, man. You will kill. I won't even think I'll be no. That Ciroc, you rock that skirt, man. You rocked it. You rock it. Just don't do a spin in the skirt. Be like, y'all like the skirt, fellas? Just don't. Oh, okay, now
no.
But but Marquita, so we spoke about the fashion side of you, but you're also a professional dancer. You have Baila Fuzion. Can you speak a little more about that?
Yeah, so I love how you say it. So it's Baila Fuzion, and everyone, I absolutely love when people say our name because they always make it so fancy, and I'm like, we created that. It is that fancy. So Baila Fuzion is my company. I absolutely adore it. It is what I call the hub to everything that I do, even on the fashion side of it. So I started professionally dancing when I was 21, and that's kind of ancient. Especially if you ask our TikTok kids nowadays. And Ciroc, I see your face. Trust me, not ancient in the fact of, because I'm only 23 now. It's only 2
That's
years.
What I was about to say. You still look like a baby.
Okay.
You talking about
work it, Marco, work it.
I was not gonna let that slide. I was gonna have to run that back. But all right.
I know. I'm celebrating my 40th birthday this year. In what is this? This is February. 2 months. 2 months. Thank you, friends. I appreciate that.
I'm not clapping for that. I'm not clapping for that. That's witchcraft. I'm not clapping for that madness. Ain't no way.
Representation matters, and we need to show our girls how to age gracefully. And the whole purpose is to be on this earth doing great work for a really, really long time, or as long as you want to be. So that is what I'm going with. So I'm celebrating every birthday, and to still be professionally dancing about to turn 40 is a whole thing. So started at age 21, and I was studying veterinary medicine, so I didn't know that this is exactly what was going to happen. It chose me. Crazy. I don't even know, Arrington, if I told you the story of how I got into dancing. Okay, I will
Let's hear it.
In 1 minute. On my 21st birthday, my best friend asked me to come take a salsa lesson. I was studying veterinary medicine. We had finals. I told her I couldn't mess with you. You are unserious. I'm going to be a doctor. I can't mess with you unserious students, blah, blah, blah. I went, danced every day from then, and went back about 2 months later after having danced a few months to audition for a company in DC. Didn't think I was going to make those auditions. Made it. My dance team rehearsed every Tuesday and Thursday for 2 to 3 hours. So I drove from the hospital after getting off at 3 p.m. to DC for that rehearsal. Drove back home to be at the hospital at 8 a.m. Did that for Tuesday and Thursday for 2 years until I was like, I can't drive anymore. Red Bull is getting way too much of my money. This is unhealthy. And then I decided to change my major to just dance and do that professionally. And I've been doing it ever since. And then just kind of adding in other things. So in the gist of it, that was my original love, was veterinary medicine, and I still love animals and stuff to this day. But Baila Fuzion now has grown into a preparatory school. We serve little humans 8 and up, teaching them how to turn their passions into profits. It is kind of built off of the game plan that it's something that I wish I had even when I turned 21. When I turned 21, I was like, okay, I didn't know I could be a dancer. I mean, I knew I had rhythm, but it's kind of the difference between someone telling you can sing and then someone being like, girl, you can sing. The person who can sing, you need to foster that environment to show them how to be able to take that talent somewhere else. If you're just like, oh, you're okay in the shower, maybe you want to try a couple of different things and not put your hand in the basket where we have to auto-tune you. You know what I mean? Like, we want to keep this like realistic for the person. So if I had somebody who could have fostered that environment for me when I was younger, who knows where I would be at this point in time. So at my school, that's what we do for the kids that are like, I love TikTok and I have, great talent and all that. Well, what does that mean for you? Is this something that you do want to do for the rest of your life? Do we need to look at alternative college instead of traditional? Do you want to just be in high school and after high school, are we going to go straight into starting a business? And then are you, in addition to that, are you going to have alternative schools? We want to take out the only option I have is college or military. Well, there's a whole bunch of things that we can discuss in between there. And they can be creative things. You don't have to move with lint in your pocket to go somewhere else in order to do what you really want to do, unless you want to.
Amen to that.
Damn it, Ayrton, and your late ass hearing.
My bad. Connection.
Yeah, Marquita, he's not being rude. His internet is just really, really bad. So there's a time delay on his side.
My bad.
Anyway, so one of my biggest regrets was not trying to explain to my mom how much theater meant to me as a middle school kid. And because of that, you trying to take my shoe right off my foot. That's crazy. Because of that, I didn't start into entertainment until late into my mid-20s. If I would have pursued that theater lifestyle a little bit earlier, who knows the connections that I would have had growing up? Who knows the way I would have moved about it? Don't get me wrong, I do love where I'm at in my career now. I do love it. I feel blessed to have it. But I just can't help but to know that I'm missing out on so much more knowledge that could have been nurtured into me at the beginning stage. So I have to say that I respect what you're doing, and I mean that's amazing. I want to give you flowers all to thee. How can we help you? I guess amplify the message, or how can we help you amplify your goals, or how can our audience, make a move on let's support this business right here?
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that. I think one of the things that you just said is it's the reason why we exist. If you were able to have that open conversation to say, you know what, I really love this thing here, and it's not the conventional thing. Now it's a conventional thing, right? Because we're in a different day. But back then, it wasn't a conventional thing for us. So if someone could have said, you know what, okay, so I need you to explain to me how you're going to have a realistic game plan of how you're going to make your life work. However, let's not discount this thing over here. We're not saying wake up one morning and don't have a plan, don't know what you're going to do, don't have aspirations or something to fall back on. What we're saying is let's make it make sense. And let's make a plan so that way you can do all the things that you want to do. Because let's talk about it, to be mentally healthy, you want to be able to harness all the desires of your heart. A lot of the times we become unhealthy because we are trying to be either restrained or pulled back. And so for me, I think spreading the word of our school is one way that you can absolutely help. During the pandemic, we actually set up virtual learning. So we had students all over the country taking classes from us. And I think that it was probably maybe a little glimpse to maybe what God has for us future planned. I have no idea. I'm a dreamer, so I write our programming according to I think what's happening real time instead of maybe the goals that I have, because the goal I have for myself was to be a veterinary medicine. So clearly I'm not the one who needs to be really spearheading the ship. This is all him saying, this is what I need you to do. I need you to be open to this idea. I need you to work with this person. I need you to partner with these people. I need you to tell this person. So I'm really open to just kind of staying in tune to that. So I was really excited when Arrington was like, hey, do you want to come on the podcast? I'm like, of course. Because this is kind of where those conversations start. And we want to make sure that it's represented for us.
Oh no, did we lose her?
Oh, did we lose her?
Definitely froze up.
I was hoping it was just frozen on my end.
Yeah, she froze.
Oh, she's back, I think.
She's back.
Oh, no, she's back. Oh, she's back. She's sideways, but she's back. we got you back, Marquita.
Oh,
she's coming back. But no, I mean, she's an awesome individual. She's truly talent. Again, great person, and it's amazing because I mean, for one, I mean, I want to kudos to Ciroc, bringing that factor that you wanted to really pursue theater, and at that time, I mean, I appreciate you, brother, opening up, with that, because again, yeah.
I was so in middle school.
I thought you were about to say something. My bad, man.
Arrington, you got to get that fixed, man.
Oh my God!
You got to get that fixed. This is terrible. You on a 5-second delay, bro. We can't have this.
That's crazy.
We can't have this.
I'm just gonna go, Cam. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go.
You are saying something.
So I did this play when I was in elementary school first. My first play was in elementary school. It was a dinosaur play. And I was so in love with it that I ended up learning the entire script for everybody's part. And so when it was time for the play, there was about 12 or 13 kids who was too scared to speak. And so I did all of their lines in mine. Now, this was elementary school, and I acted out each one as like a dinosaur. Granted, it probably wasn't good, but the fact that I was able to do it was just pretty dope. I remember that feeling to this day.
It's a very unique skill set when it comes to theater and just memorizing lines and stuff like that. Like it's very unique and something that, when you see it in a child, like I feel like it should be fostered to a degree. I know I'm from the school of our parents saying, hey, if you can't make a living off of it, does it make sense to quote unquote waste our time there? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But I mean,
wish
look,
my family saw
back.
that. I wish my family saw that and was like, yo, this is obvious. Instead of me taking that year of military break and college and a bunch of pointless shit that I don't even use now. I'm an engineer. Yeah. Did y'all know that? I'm an engineer. Like yeah. I'm an electrical engineer.
That's crazy.
I'm an electrical engineer.
I don't think I knew that. That's wild.
I
thought
for what?
I thought you went to school for. Well, I know you went to school for sound engineering, but I didn't know you also went for electrical engineering.
So electrical engineering was taught to me while I was in the military.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then I pursued it a little bit further and went to a university that was sponsored by the Marine Corps, and I became an engineer.
That's crazy.
For what? For what?
Well, I mean, but though we all have a certain avenue that will take us to like a different perspective. Like my major was health and wellness and recreation, which I could either became a PE teacher, a personal trainer, athletic trainer. That's really or coaching, right? So the fact of the matter is, God had a whole different perspective and plan for me. And now I'm doing something, that I love, and I'm continuing to, learn more things and go in different avenues. Like I never thought about, owning rigs, or I never thought about, going into men's grooming. It was never on my spectrum. I mean, yeah, middle school, high school, I was not at all.
Another topic for another day is to discuss how we're putting 18, 19, and sometimes 17-year-olds in a position to decide what they want to do for the rest of their life. Like, I don't know. I feel like, and again, I don't want to get too much into it now, and I think we could have a really good conversation about this, but like just the way our education system is structured and how we are preparing our youth for the future, I think has a lot to be desired.
Absolutely. I think that's a great one. Oh, I see Marquita back, guys. I want to bring her back on so we can,
welcome back. She was killing it. She was killing it. Yeah.
Cam, you might have to take the lead on the interview, man, because if he be doing this 5-second delay.
Man, welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, wait. So I have to start off with this. So Cam, you were talking about again, I was back there hearing everything.
You wasn't supposed to hear
that. Damn it. Oh no, what happened?
Oh no,
we got too excited.
Yeah, I know. I definitely wanted to hear what she was going to say about that. We don't hear you if you're talking to us.
Oh, yeah, we can't hear. Oh no, we can probably hear her now.
Nope.
Oh no, we still can't hear.
No, we're coming back to that. We're
having a bit of technical difficulties right now.
Yeah, we
absolutely. Hold on.
Oh, he can hear her?
I don't know. Maybe he was reading her lips.
Who was he saying absolutely to?
I don't know. Arrington does his own thing.
No, I'm talking to Cam. I was talking to Cam. He said we definitely got to bring her back. So.
No, I said we got to I want to hear what she has to say on that conversation in regards to what she was just about to say.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're having some technical difficulties with Marquita's stuff, but another great convo, fellas. Another great guest. We're definitely going to have Marquita back on, and we're going to continue this conversation that we had with her. We want to personally thank Marquita Bianca, again, fashion editor. I mean, Yeah, we're gonna continue with fellas.
Cam,
legit,
me and him gotta
we're
go
gonna have her on
his studio setup and figure this out for him.
Yeah, facts. I think he just needs to invest in a little more internet bandwidth or something, because this is wild right
Maybe
here.
it's what is he using? A laptop, a tablet? What is he using?
No, he's using a laptop.
We'll be able to finish this conversation before he hears us. He got
We already got it all figured out. He's like
we already figured it out.
2019.
He's still stuck on 30 minutes back when we started talking about it.
Nah, your internet is trash, bro. Your internet is trash. You gotta fix that. You confusing our guests.
Shout out to Cox Internet, because look, they gotta do something with them. Damn it. Shoot.
Maybe one of us should be one of us should host. Maybe it's not necessarily his internet. Maybe one of us should not host the show, but host the room.
Could be.
Maybe it's just his computer is not strong enough to host all of us on his. You know what I mean? Because aren't we on his server technically? I mean, not his server, but per se. But
y'all the experts.
Yeah, I don't know. But we could talk about this after the pod. If Marquita.
Oh shit, my bad. I thought it was over. I thought it was.
We're still live. Still live as shit right now.
My bad.
We are still live.
I'm back in character.
Yeah.
I'm back in character. Why y'all didn't say nothing?
Thought you knew. It says live in the top corner, but it's okay.
Edit it out.
Y'all take care.
Edit it out.
Y'all take care.
Edit it out.